best stuff before the hand. Oh,
It
here we
is
go.
our best stuff because we are welcoming you back to the Principals podcast. It's our favorite Thursday episode as we are able to talk about girls golf with three girls that I have known since they were like 8, who have played multiple sports and now they're closing out their senior season, swinging the clubs and being the ball. First of all, welcome to the Principals podcast, Sydney Powell. Say hello.
Hello.
Hello. Lindsay Sharp
Hi.
and Quinn Coughlin is here too.
Hello, everybody.
Along the lines, we have Mr. Hyam and Mrs. Bondi joining us.
Hi guys, happy Thursday.
It's
And
Thursday?
Mr.
Oh, boy.
Thursday. All right, so today we get to talk about golf, and I love golf. I'm terrible at golf. Hyam is pretty good at golf, but I can outbuild anyone on this podcast a golf course. That's for sure. After working 20 years at Sandridge and Kirtland Country Club. But girls, you are having a great season, and I know that Lindsay, that you in the middle, in particular, you have some of your closest friends there. Quinn and Sydney, is this your first year on the team?
Yes.
Okay. So let's talk a little bit about that because you're the 3 seniors on the team. So let's talk about your relationship with each other because a part of golf is the mind game of being able to always be calm, relaxed. And so let's talk a little bit about how each of you support each other with that. So anyone could start over there in the Principals podcast. Lindsay, since you played for 4 years, why don't we start with you?
I mean, like, they've been on the team just this year. I definitely rely on my teammates to keep me positive because it's definitely a mentally challenging game, and I can be very hard on myself. So it's nice to have them to, like, give me hope, like, and keep going, not give up on myself if I have a bad hole.
So Sydney and Quinn, let's talk about your golf game and your support. I am sure that you two have a blast on the course. You
Yes.
probably in between swings are doing TikTok dancing to keep Lindsay cool and calm and collected and all the other girls. But no, I'm serious. You're having a really great season. Tell us a little bit about all 3 of you when you started playing golf, and you can be honest, and then because you've played multiple sports, and a little bit about the previewing of this season. So, Sydney Powell, when did you start playing?
I think it was like August 2nd, I think.
Like the first time picking up a club?
Yes.
Okay, but you have
This year.
multiple years of playing softball.
Mm-hmm.
That obviously it's a different swing, but the fact is you are an athlete. Quinn, you also played softball for years. When was the first time that you played golf?
August 2nd.
All right. So you
I'm
were
super
being
impressed right now.
Lindsay. Did you recruit them?
Yeah, kind of. Just trying to find people to join the team because we had 4 people graduate last year.
And so, Lindsay, obviously you've played for these years. You've played other sports. So how many years have you been golfing?
Since the beginning of my freshman year, so it's my 4th year.
And do you golf a lot with have you golfed with your dad?
Yeah.
And does your brother golf?
Yeah, he does.
But they're both like, I know both of your brother and your dad, they're just competitors. And you're a competitor. But generally, if you're going golfing on a Sunday with your brother or your dad, do you see it as a big time shootout between the 3 of you? Like who can outplay each other?
Yeah, we're always competing with each other.
Before I transition to the other administrators, let's talk about your season. So obviously coming into the season, we graduated many seniors, and we've had a very successful golf program, and you are, Lindsay, being a part of that program. Let's talk, for those that you don't know, what's your home course?
St. Denis.
St. Denis. Many of us know St. Denis. pretty well. So how has the season gone so far?
The season's been pretty good. We've won most of our matches. We placed third at WRC. We did pretty good as a team. Yeah, I know we had a lot of rainouts for matches, or like halfway through a match, it would get rained out because it would start pouring. So like the past couple weeks, we had matches like every single day. So we were like winning all of those.
So Mrs. Bondi, you went to St. Denis. You got to be on the cart. What are some of the things you want to ask these girls?
Well, I'm super impressed that really August 2nd was your first time. Was it your first time golfing?
I had went once before with my dad, but other than that, it was pretty much the first.
Because it's quite embarrassing when I try to golf. So I've been contemplating golf lessons. I really, this is something that's going to happen. And I just want to know, what are some of the things you've learned, and what's the first thing you learned when you first started golfing?
Mr. Morawski, he's big on when you're doing your swing to not move your feet, because me and Sid, we played softball for a long time, and so it was hard transitioning, and we would always move our feet like we were stepping to swing at a softball.
Mm-hmm.
And he would always say pretend your feet are in concrete, and that actually does help.
Yeah, I have to agree.
Good pointer. What are the clubs that you start out with? I don't even know these things.
So me and Quinn kind of wing it on that whole thing. We just kind of hope for the best when we hit the ball, but usually it works out for the better for us.
Yeah. Aren't there specific clubs that you're supposed to use at specific?
Yeah.
I don't even know these things. So
for when you're teeing off, you use the driver, which is the biggest club.
Yeah.
But other than that,
And then you use some type of iron to chip.
Yeah.
And then you use your putt for putting.
Pitching wedge.
Yeah, your putter for putting.
And then there's 18 more in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lindsay, maybe you could give a little more direction. I'll have to enlist your services.
Yeah, I have a 3-wood. A lot of people have hybrids, 3 or 4 hybrids, and then you got your 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 iron, your pitching wedge. Just all depends which club you're going to use based on how far away you are from the hole.
Got it. So how many more meets do you girls have left in your season?
Oh, we don't have any more matches. We just have sectionals left, which is on Monday. And that's the big tournament. So you have to get a good enough score to qualify for your districts.
Okay.
So that's a pretty big thing.
That's a big one. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Are you feeling confident?
I mean, yeah. I'm more focused on me than our team score because I really want to qualify myself.
Yeah.
But just because I've played for 4 years, so it's important for me to qualify.
That's exciting.
What type of score are you looking to shoot on Monday to qualify?
I probably have to shoot mid to high 80s. I'd like to shoot mid 80s for sure, though.
And have you done that this year?
Yeah. I shot an 87 at WRC last week.
Okay. And the people that are out there that have golfed before, they know there's a lot of trash talking that goes along when you're playing golf. Between the 3 of you, who's the best trash talker?
Maybe Sid.
Yeah.
Definitely one of them.
Yeah.
I don't think we necessarily trash
talk. We just say a lot about a lot.
Yeah, Haim, that's only in your golf matches. These girls don't trash talk.
We just make fun of each other.
Yeah.
Oh, Miss Bondi, Mr. Murray could tell you stories. People have quit golf after they play me.
I love playing golf like Happy Gilmore.
Yeah.
Where I will just run up to the ball and sometimes it goes really far and straight, and sometimes it's a foul ball.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I have a saying where I just go up and I whack it, And that's what I say. I'm gonna whack it.
It
and then
does wonders.
I do it really good sometimes.
I believe that is an official Irish term in golf.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Look at that.
What is your favorite golf course that you've actually played, whether it's for school or out of school?
My favorite courses are normally when we have tournaments. So I really like Tamara Wynn, which we didn't play that this year, but we played it in previous years, and I liked that course because it was nice and it was a little bit harder.
My favorite course is probably St. Denis because it's actually the only course I've played on.
I would have to agree with that.
All right, so there are obviously more girls on the team, and so I believe you have Chloe Brewster Jr. I think is Faith Kilfoyle along the mix of players in the team.
Mm-hmm.
You have is it Grace Gaggiani?
Jocelyn.
Jocelyn. And who else am I missing? Gerke. Is she on your
Yeah,
team?
Julia Gerke.
Are we missing any other players?
Abigail Whitehead, she's a sophomore. She's new this year. And then Gabby Walliger, who's a freshman.
Have you ever watched Coach Morawski golf?
Gabby Walland.
Walland?
Yeah.
Does Coach Morawski golf with you?
Yeah, he likes to try and get a hole in one, like almost every day.
Yeah.
How bad do you beat him?
Pretty bad. Like he'll go up. He's got a saying. He says, "Grip it and rip it." So he goes up there and like literally hits the ball as hard as he can, and then it either soars very far right or just goes straight left.
Does he golf left?
No.
Okay. Because
Oh.
he
So
is
he
like-
hits a hard slice to the right, or he duck hooks it.
Yeah,
Both.
basically.
He both. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
There's some lingo for you, Miss Bondi.
I'm taking notes.
So have you girls ever seen some of these movies? Have you seen Happy Gilmore?
Yeah.
Okay. What about Caddyshack?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Legend of Bagger Vance.
No.
You lost me.
Lost you because you are more of the comedy route of golfing.
Yeah.
Okay.
How about Tin Cup?
No.
Oh boy.
You're kidding me.
So, Mr. Hyam, do you have a laundry list of this
Oh,
and that for your game?
it's
today,
a
or are you
long.
sure?
It's a long list.
All right,
It's a
let's
long
go and
list.
play this game.
So we got a little chicken and steak for you, everyone. All right, ladies, here we go. Mr. Murray kind of led into this. Are you a Happy Gilmore fan or a Caddyshack fan?
Happy
Happy
Gilmore.
Gilmore.
Okay. Would you rather hit a 300-yard drive or put it within 3 inches of the hole on a par 3?
Put it 3
Put it
inches
3
of the
inches
hole.
by the hole.
Oh, nice. Okay. Let's see about this one. Would you rather play the Masters or the Open?
The Masters.
Masters.
Yeah, I don't know.
The Masters, just so you know, is played at Augusta National Golf Course down in Augusta, Georgia in April. So when you don't see me in April, that's where I'll be. Mr. Murray and I will be there. Would you rather walk the course or drive a golf cart?
Drive a
Golf
golf
cart.
Golf cart. All right.
Easy.
Easy money.
Would you rather drive for show or putt for dough?
Putt for dough.
Drive for
Drive.
show.
All right. All right. All right. Here's I got two more. Here's the tough one. Would you rather get an albatross or an eagle?
An
And
albatross.
Lindsay, you're not allowed to answer, Liz. Oh,
What does that mean?
Would you rather have an albatross or an eagle? I'll start with Miss Bondi. I'll let you guys think about it. What do you think, Miss Bondi? An albatross or an eagle?
I have no idea.
I'll go to Mr. Murray. Murray, I'm sure Mr. Murray knows what these two are.
Albatross is a term that I really have rarely used. I obviously know what an eagle is. So explain to me the albatross, and we'll go to Lindsay.
An albatross would be when you have a 2 on a par 5, because a 1 on a par 5 would be a hole in one. A 3 on a par 5 would be an eagle. A 4 would be a birdie. And so that 2, if you got it in the hole in 2 shots on a par 5, that's what we call an albatross. And Lindsay knew that, I'm sure. So that's why she was quick to answer.
Mm-hmm.
See, I made it impossible for anyone to have eagles or albatrosses on the golf courses that I worked at, because when I was told that we were going to double roll them, I rolled them even more, and they were stimping close to 20 on the greens we were playing, and they were impossible to putt. Lindsay, if you don't know, you can come into my office and check. I worked the U.S. Open. I rolled greens in 2006 at Oakmont. So I have a background in kind of the maintenance of a golf course, and there's a significant difference. Just in Geauga County has a ton of courses. All of Northeast Ohio does, but there's a significant difference when you play a green at St. Denis, and then you go over to Sandridge, and then you go to Kirtland, or then you go to Inverness, and then you go to Muirfield Village. They're all going to be different. Like, they're going to look the same, but you're like, this. It's all about the how they texture and work the actual greens. So
the type of grass and everything else. All right, last one, girls. There's a lot of golf phrases that you use, and I'm sure Mr. Morawski uses some of them. And unfortunately, we can't use Mr. Morawski's during the Principal Podcast, because if we did, this will be our last one. So we won't do that. But I use a phrase oftentimes. I said, you better get your suntan lotion out, which means that my partner just hit it into a bunker because there's sand. They're on the sand. Get your suntan lotion out. Do you have a golf phrase, each of you, that you use when you're out there to kind of, as you talk through the game? And I see some laughing here, so I'm sure Mr. Morawski's used some really good ones probably with you guys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know every time I play with Sid, it'll be like an awful shot, and everyone goes, "That's playable."
That's a good one. That's, you're being positive, but at the same time, you're being very, very sarcastic. True.
I think one time I hit it in the water, and Quinn was like, "That's playable."
That's funny.
Well, it is playable, but so how about you, Sydney?
We had this one joke where we didn't understand where 4 came from when you would scream that. So one day when we were practicing, we were like, "What does that mean?" And then we looked it up, and it was like 4 caddy. So now we just scream like 4 caddy whenever.
Or we'll just be like 3.
Yeah, we thought it was the number 4. So we thought it'd be funny if we yelled 3, and then we looked it up, and it wasn't the number at all.
You spell
We
it like
thought it was so
F-O-R-E.
funny.
Yeah, that's funny.
That is good.
Yeah.
And Lindsay, any phrase you use out there?
I usually just say chip and a putt.
Yeah.
Give myself a little bit of hope that I'll get on the green at some point and 1 putt.
Yeah.
Mainly use Morawski's, though. Grip it and rip it.
How does that work out for him, though?
Not good.
Well, okay.
It's fun, though.
It is. You know what? You're right. It is fun. But how about you, Murray? Do you have a line that you like using when you're out there?
No, I am actually more of the all the wonderful lines from all the different movies, like "Be the Ball," you go na 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 na, and all the different sounds that you can do for the movies. It's in the whole, all the different scenes from these films. I was actually more of being the commentator when I would be working at a golf course, and it was like after 12 o'clock, and I'm still working because I'm watering greens, I would wait because I kind of get on a green. I would find myself like Jim Nance, just having that conversation. They're having the approach. They're coming up, and just I would have to keep myself entertained for 12 hours. And it was hilarious because half these guys would come up and they're like truck drivers. So with their language, I'm sure you girls are angels. And I'm sure none of you on this podcast has done the coffin kick of a ball that's near a wood line and look around if anyone's around, that you just wanted to get a better placement on the ball. No one has done that. Or Sidney Powell hit a tree and all of a sudden it was on the approach of a green. Like, oh my gosh, how did that happen? But I'm sure you had a lot of fun, and that's a little bit about a part of golf, is to have fun. And it's so good that you three, did you all go to the same elementary school?
Yeah.
Okay, so you went elementary. What was your elementary school?
Park.
You were Park girls, middle school, high school. You've been tight for a long time. My last question for you is, are you thinking about some plans for yourself this time next year with what you may or may not do once you get out of high school? Anyone?
I mean, we're all wanting to go to college, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just we don't know where yet.
Still deciding
Yeah, for
where
sure.
to go.
IMG Academy,
Oh, yeah.
Florida, golf.
I'm thinking in-state or out-of-state.
That's kind of the
I-
only two options you have. You have in-state or out of state. I mean, I don't know.
Oh,
Out of country, maybe.
yeah. I mean, I want to go out of state, but if I have to go in-state, I'm okay with it.
Hey, is your dad working on a piece of property? He's going to put in a golf green for you?
Yeah. Well, he wants to put in like a simulator, a golf simulator.
Shut up.
That'd be amazing.
Mhm.
Mrs. Bondi, do you have any further questions before we get into shout outs?
I don't have any more at this time. Maybe once I start lessons somewhere, I might have to hit you up and get more pointers. I won't enlist Murawski, is what I'm hearing, right?
Yeah.
He's for the entertainment value.
Yeah.
So, girls, this is the opportunity for give a shout out. And it doesn't have to be golf related. It could be anyone you want to give a shout out on the podcast today. I will start by saying I want to give a shout out to the boys who were supposed to be on this podcast, and they had a pretty exceptional match yesterday that led them to be co-champs. So I want to give a shout out to the boys golf team that fought hard to be co-champs of the WRC. So congratulations, boys. Anyone could go.
Oh, we're starting now? Okay. I'd like to shout out the girls volleyball team, varsity, because they've been doing really good lately.
I'll give a shout out to Mr. Hewitt because he got Sean Carr a haircut for homecoming.
Nice.
I'd like to give a shout out to my man, Mr. Cole. He's just the best teacher.
Okay.
Prepared. Okay.
Mrs. Bondi or Mr. Hyam?
I'll give a shout out to Officer Carlson. It's good to have him in the building. Good to have him around. He's a good guy.
I have two, but they both do basically the same thing. Shout out to Al Kanisha, Chad Murawski for the great work that they're doing with our golfers here at Chardon. We might not be known for our golfing programs, but with those two, we're going to start being known for our golfing program. So great job, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And girls, thank you so much for joining us on the podcast. I know you're about to head to practice. Good luck as you prepare for this coming week. Who talks more smack, boys golf or girls golf?
Boys.
Boys.
They think
Boys.
so good.
Yeah.
Can you take them down, Lindsay?
Yeah.
She's probably better than anyone on
Yeah.
that team, and I can guarantee that.
I think we should do a some sort of fundraiser, Lindsay versus, and we have against one of the guys. We can raise funds for something that maybe I'm wink wink senior project, capstone projects.
Hey, if you need a partner, Lindsay, I'll play with you.
Okay.
But if he ends up like frozen on the ground, his back just went out, and it usually like we gotta shake him a little bit. He'll be able to finish the 18, but then the next day he won't be able to walk.
Okay.
I played once all year, shot an 81. So I haven't practiced in a while. So I think I can, play a little best ball. We can get down into the low 70s.
All right.
So get a game up. We'll play.
All right.
Alrighty.
Girls, thanks for joining us today. Have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow at school. You girls going to the football game, or is it too far?
We're going.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm going or
School
not.
spirit.
Those of you who are going tomorrow to the football game in New Philadelphia, please drive carefully. Tomorrow's a big day, so make today great. Thanks for joining us, girls. Have a good night. Go
Thank
Toppers.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
You too.
Go Toppers.
Bye, guys.